and this video is going to be all about my post-grad life and update and diaries, whatever we want to call it. If you haven't seen my face before, hey, my name is Love. I love you guys to stick around, subscribe down below, and join the fam because we're super chill and fun over here, and I'd love for you guys to be a part of us. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get right into this. I don't really have any kind of outline or any kind of idea for what I really want to say, other than the fact that I thought my entire post-grad life was gonna look so different than what it does right now. I graduated college May of 2022, and for the entire 6 months leading up to my graduation is when I started my job search, when in reality I probably should have started my job search in September of 2021, leading all the way up until my graduation, just because for long-term and full-time positions, you really got to have connections for some of those things. You can't really just walk into all of those, and you got to really look at what times they're going to have openings. And I didn't really know all of those things walking into it. So I reached out to all my professors for help. I was like, listen, I know I'm going pre-med. I know that I don't intend to be in this world for too much longer. But at the same time, I wasn't well prepared for the pre-med life. I didn't really sit down and look at what I needed to do to prepare to enter med school until I realized I had missed the cycle to apply for medical school, because I was being lazy. I was also grieving. I was going through so much that I was just like, it's okay to be offset a year. And I was recommended by so many people to take a gap year anyways, so that's why I'm currently in my gap year. Okay, something I never expected to take, honestly. Since junior year of college, I was planning out what my med school would look like, what my med school life was going to look like. I was like, I either have to take the MCAT junior year, senior year in the spring, and I was planning for that, and I was taking the right courses and the curriculum for that. So basically, you need 2 courses of biology, you need 2 courses of general physics, you need 2 courses of general chemistry, and then organic chemistry, and then you need calculus, algebra, and then sociology and psychology as well to be able to even prepare. So then on top of taking all of those courses, you need to be studying the course content books for the MCAT. Whether you use Kaplan, Princeton Review, whatever brand you use, you can use also all the online sources to study for the MCAT as well, but I haven't even looked at that, and my MCAT is scheduled for April 15th, 2023. I have it on my bulletin board. So currently I have exactly 3 months, because it is Monday, January 16th that I'm filming this. I have exactly 3 months till my MCAT. Have I started studying? No. Do I have a study plan? Sort of. I'm still working on that, but I know for a fact that I have to start reading my content books this week, because I do not want to get behind on my studying, and I am a procrastinator when it comes to studying. Let's be real. Throughout all of my undergrad, I was the person who always waited last minute to study, even though for the most part I knew what I was doing. But this is not something that I can just bullshit my way through like I did in undergrad. It's not going to be that easy. So post-grad life has been crazy, and then I also recently decided to go back to school at the same time. Should I have waited? Maybe. But I'm currently in a master's program. I'm currently going for a master's in health psychology. I was debating between choosing something that would look good on my MCAT, my medical school application, like going for a BS in biomedical sciences or something science, or choosing something that I was genuinely interested in learning more about, which is why I chose health psychology, because when I took that class in undergrad, I was super interested. I love learning about psychology. I minored in psychology. I have a minor in Spanish and psychology, along with a double major in biology and health science. So I did it all while I was in my undergrad, but I didn't have the time to emphasize or focus in a specific area. And the reason I'm choosing health psychology is because I feel like having an understanding of why people choose certain things over their health will help me be able to treat my patients better. And I've done it for years. I've been like, I'm going to choose education over my health. I'm going to choose my family over my health. I'm going to choose making money over my health. I had an injury. I fractured my foot this past year, towards the end of the year. And I still worked 2 jobs while I was wearing a boot on my foot at one job, and I would switch my boot into a different shoe and go stand on my foot for the next 3-4 hours at the next job. Like, I'm still choosing my money and my job over my health. I did not take off work so that I can rest and heal properly. So like, those are certain things that do factor into health psychology. And like, even weight loss, like sometimes it's a mindset thing that you literally just have to tell yourself in your mind, I can do it, I can lose the weight. And people will continuously psych themselves out of not being able to lose weight because somebody told them they can't, or they don't feel like they can, or they just feel like they can't do certain things because they're too big, or they're too whatever, or because of the stereotypes and the stigmas. And that is what made me choose health psychology, because those were some of the topics that we touched upon in that class and I want to learn more about. So a lot of my nights end up looking like this, just a lot of typing, a lot of studying. We haven't dived too much into content. I'm still in my like beginning course right now, which is fine, but I'll probably have more to update you guys on about later. But that is what I've been doing. I do go to the library also to start getting my work done. I found a library nearby me because I don't want to have to go back to my undergrad campus every single time I want to study or do something. I feel like, why is there such a stigma about going back to your undergraduate school? Like, I go back there for events and stuff and people are like, why are you here? What are you doing? And I'm like, I live 15 minutes away from here. Why can't I come and visit? Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But the job market thing, that's also so serious, because like, it took me forever to find a job after I graduated. Like, I was interviewing up until my graduation. When I tell you I was in between submitting final exam assignments and interviewing for summer internships and interviewing for jobs at the same time, I was trying to apply for a job as a medical lab assistant and they didn't give me a call back. And I was like, let me just try this this summer internship at this one company. And that's what I ended up doing to hold me over until I can find the next job. So for the entire summer, from basically the end of May to the end of August, I worked as a medical lab assistant with a different company up in North Jersey. And I was traveling like an hour and a half all summer. I kind of talked about this in my life update videos towards the end of last year that I was posting throughout the end of December to get all of my 2022 content out of the way. And I did that. I didn't have a terrible time at that internship, but I didn't also learn too much from that internship. It was kind of just a lot of office work. It wasn't really medicine. It was just like sit at the front desk and answering phones and faxes and stuff like that. But aside from that, right after getting out of that job, 2 weeks later, I was able to find another job as a medical scribe. So from the basically end of August to the end of December, I worked as a medical scribe. So 4 months of that, I did the 2 weeks of the online training. So actually, I'm lying because there's a little bit of a gap in there. So from the end of August to the middle of September, I did the online training for the medical scribe stuff, but I didn't start in person until after my vacation to Cali. So you guys saw my little Cali vlog, but I came back, and then at the end of September was when I actually started in person. So still was a medical scribe for 4 months, but in person for like 3.5 months. But I left in December just because the pay was extremely low. I was working out of state and it wasn't enough to really hold me over for the stuff I have to pay for. I'm living on my own. I have bills. I have a car payment. I have rent. I have credit cards. I have loans. I have so many other small things I need to take care of. The money I was making there wasn't enough for me, and I was still working a second job to just help me make enough money to take care of myself. And I was like, this is not what I need to be doing. I have a degree now. I shouldn't have to work 2 jobs to take care of myself at this point. So that's what really triggered me, because a lot of my shifts were getting canceled towards the end of the month. And I get it was the holidays, but I was just not on the schedule at all, really. So I was like, I can't do this. I need to get a new job. So that's what kind of triggered me to get the job that I have now. I'm currently working as a lab technician. So for the lab technician job, you do need to have a bachelor's degree. They literally ask you for a copy of your degree and your transcripts to make sure you have like all of the requirements you need to be able to even operate the robots and the stuff that we work with at our job. So that's what I'm doing for now. However, I am still in the job market. The pay I'm making right now is really great. It's more than enough for me to be able to take care of myself and to pay all of my bills. One paycheck can cover all of my bills now, instead of waiting to pay half of one bill one check and hoping that the next bill is going to tide me over. I know that I'm full-time all the time. Like, as long as I'm coming to work, I'm full-time. Unless I call out or do anything on me, that's what's gonna affect my paycheck. But my other jobs, it was so unreliable, because I'm ready to come in and work, and now I'm depending on somebody else to show up for me to make my money. And if that person didn't show up, my shift will get canceled, or they can text last minute and say, hey, I don't need a scribe today, and now I don't have a job for the day. So it was really just all over the place. But I'm still in the job market. I'm still looking for something salary wise, because I feel like salary jobs, like, you really do not have to worry about. Hourly paying jobs, you kind of do have to worry about, because if anything happens to you, for example, like, there's one day, even at my new job, there's one day I was sick one Saturday and I had to go home. I lost like 6 hours of pay because I had to go home, and I didn't have time yet because I just started. So it's like, those hourly paying jobs, they know how to get you. Okay, they know how to get you. But I'm still in the job market, and I'm just doing that. I'm in grad school. I work 8:30 to 5 every day, and then I come home and I do my grad school stuff, and I balance grad school and studying for the MCAT. So that's kind of where I am. That's what I really wanted to make this entire video about my postgraduate diaries. I'm not going to dedicate an entire series to this. I'm still gonna try and make this as normal as possible and keep you guys updated in my weekly vlogs, and just do regular week in the life videos behind the scenes. I may start doing more videos tailored to a medical school, like updating you guys about my MCAT life and MCAT studying, and how confident I feel getting more and more closer to testing day. But for now, this is the update I feel like you guys all needed, just so you guys know where I'm at and how I am starting the new year. I do have a week in the life video already in the works coming shortly after this one, so be prepared for that. But aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a huge thumbs up letting me know you guys liked it, and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I love you guys all so very much. Peace, dudes.